After beating all the challenges this game has to offer, I decided to think of something that could quell my thirst for challenge. This is how I beat all difficulties in Balatro on a fresh account while only using pair. If you understand the fundamentals of how Balatro works and don't want to hear a breakdown, skip to this time on the screen. If you aren't confident in your knowledge of the game, let it play and enjoy. Balatro's fundamentals are very easy to understand. Each level, referred to as antes, has 3 rounds you must pass in order to move to the next round. You can clear these rounds by scoring at or above the required score. You create poker hands from a playing card deck to score the required points, and each hand has a different amount of points that it scores according to how hard the hand is to make. For example, a straight, which would be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 5 cards that go in, numerical order, scores more points than a high card, which is playable with any hand, it's just the highest card that you have in your hand, due to it being harder to make. Just making these hands isn't enough, however. You can upgrade a hand's level through obtaining planet cards, causing your hands to have a higher score value for each planet card consumed for that respective hand. There are also special items you can get called jokers, that give bonus score if you meet their requirements for being triggered. For example, Jolly Joker gives +8 multiplier if hand is a pair, or contains a pair. On top of the hand level, you can alter your playing cards themselves, adding extra score through enhancements, seals, and card finishes, all with the end goal to benefit you in some way, shape, or form when they are played, discarded, or held in hand. This video will see if it's even possible to beat all difficulties on a fresh Balatro account using its second weakest hand, the pair. First off, we'll get into the rules of this run. Number 1, only pair is allowed to be played, and if any other hand other than pair is played, restart the run. Number 2, you must start on a fresh Balatro profile, which I did right at the beginning of the video, you can see it. And number 3, you can only use the Mercury planet card, which is the planet card that buffs pair. Now these first few rounds are just a bunch of hoopla. We're using the default deck that you start the game with to unlock the blue deck, because the blue deck gives us an extra hand to play every round. Without blue deck, this challenge levels up in difficulty tenfold, due to all other decks only being able to score 250 points on the first round, where we would need 300 to survive, so I use the skip blind options to get good card enhancement and or jokers early to brute force my way through the first few rounds until I unlock the blue deck. Now that we have blue deck unlocked, we can just barely scrape by the score requirement for the first ante, which will allow us to get to our first shop where we can buy card enhancements, jokers, and all that good stuff. On the first round, you can't just play any pair either. You have to play all your hands with a pair of either aces, face cards, or tens. Otherwise, reaching the first round scoring requirement is impossible. Once we're out of the first round, we can head to the shop where we can buy jokers, planets, or tarot cards. I need to get a good joker here, or else the rest of the rounds for the first ante will be borderline impossible while only playing pairs. Now, luckily for me, you can see I got Scary Face at the top middle there, which makes my face cards score 30 extra chips every time they're played, which is very helpful. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda got spoon-fed some of the best jokers in the game for this challenge on my first run, which was crazy. Card Sharp is one of the best. Supernova is definitely the best joker for this run, hands down. It's not even gonna be close. This first run went through like a breeze. It wasn't even a big deal. Supernova is definitely one of the best jokers we're looking out for in terms of multipliers. And Card Sharp is the best in terms of multing your multiplier to go even further beyond. And we were constantly leveling up our pair level, which allowed our chips to be very high, even without a specific chip joker. And we were able to use trading card to gain money and delete cards in our deck at the same time so that we could keep pulling good cards in our deck. On top of that, we got Steel Joker, and Steel Joker is an absolute banger because we had a shit ton of steel cards. This boss bind isn't too bad, flips and shuffles all jokers. Can be a little bit difficult, but there's ways to tell which joker's in which spot. You can see that trading card's the one that's kind of jiggling there to show that its effect still hasn't been used. And this run was just so easy It's on white stake. It's not even going to be that difficult. We got some unlocks there, and it was a pretty good run for us. Pretty good, strong start to the challenge. Now that we've beaten Balatro on its base difficulty, we move on to the red stake difficulty. Red stake doesn't increase the score requirement or anything like that, but it does make it so that the first blind in each ante no longer gives us reward money. Now, how big of a deal is that for us? It's actually huge. It sucks. It limits us to only be able to buy jokers that are $4 or below, which a lot of them are just barely out of range for us. Red stake quite possibly might be the biggest nerf to our capabilities in this run out of any of the other stakes, but regardless, we do get through red stake relatively fast. On this initial run in red stake, we get a Joker stencil, which is a great first Joker to get to carry you through the first few rounds, and we get a few other Jokers to support Joker stencil as well, and despite all of its weak points, it actually did great for us in this run. This run was absolutely headed for greatness. By round, or ante 5, we had a setup that was absolutely killer. We were capable of scoring, easily over 100,000 each round by that point. But we kind of got owned and grittied on over here. We couldn't play a pair. We had literally less than 1,000 points left to go. I had no more discards. Therefore, I just got to reset. A run like that can end like that because we get unlucky with our hands, and there's just not a lot we can do in that sense that doesn't potentially fuck us over in a different sense. Regardless, we go again. We run it back onto the blue stake. We barely scrape through the first round as intended. And we do get a Joker pack that has Mystic Summit in it, which is great for early rounds. We do get $10 before ante 1 ends so that we can go back one ante so that we can scale faster. Or not necessarily scale, but just build money, get more chances at Jokers, because Mystic Summit alone won't let us live forever. We opt out of Mystic Summit and get Green Joker, which is a scaling Joker, meaning that we can constantly add to its value. As long as we play a hand and don't discard, we gain +1 molt to that, but if we discard, we lose +1 molt. So this was a pretty good first round or two. We got Green Joker extremely early to the point where it can actually help. We also get Gromy Shell here, which is nice, not exactly for Gromy Shell itself, but the fact that we can get Cavendish if Gromy Shell effect procs, and we get lucky. Kind of a few stars that need to align there for that to happen. This is another boss that can be very scary in this challenge, especially play only one hand. Like I said, pair's the second lowest scoring hand base in the game, full stop. Being only able to play one hand, you need to have a good setup there to be able to do that. And if that shows up late in the game, 8 times out of 10, I'm effed. I get an even better Joker than Green Joker for this run. We get Supernova, which adds each time you played a hand in this run so far, it adds that to your molt. It's already scaled out faster than Green Joker, and we don't have to worry about discarding. So if I do remember correctly, I believe we ditch Green Joker here in a second. We pick up Splash that is also polychromed that multiplies our molt, so that gives us a lot of value on top of us being able to play all cards that we play rather than some of them being not counted in scoring. We ditch To-Do List to pick up Constellation. What Constellation does is that every time you consume a planet card, it gives you 0.1x molt. So on top of the polychrome from Splash molting our molt, we have what's it called? Constellation. Constellation, right? Yeah, Constellation molting our molt as well. And we picked up some blue seals earlier, which will give us planet cards if they're held in hand for the played hands that won us the round. So we're constantly getting levels to our hand. We have good jokers. And I mean, really, this was also just like a match made in heaven. This is a great setup for us. Um, would have still probably preferred to have card sharp, just because getting planet cards when I can only consume Mercury, um, being that there's like 9 other, I think it's 9 planet cards that I can consume, can get a little bit dicey. This boss blind, it usually isn't too bad, especially considering my score was just already high out the gate regardless. So I was able to walk through this real easy and finish the red stake. Now that we're done with red stake, we can move on to the green stake. And as you progress, even if you swap from the stake, you will still have the debuffs from the previous stakes. So even though we're on green stake, we still have the no reward money from the red stake after the small blind is defeated. So that on top of green stakes increased difficulty scaling, so the required score is just even more. Makes this one a pretty sizable difference between red stake and green stake in terms of difficulty. Regardless, we had a few resets at the beginning, but we were able to get a pretty good setup pretty early on running this one. We don't come into difficulties until a few of the later stakes. I think we're going to come up with one on a blue stake, so in 2 stakes from now. But this one, this run looks very similar to the one we just had in red stake. We got Supernova, the best additive mult joker in the game for this run. We got credit card to supplement my bad spending habits, but we kind of needed it because our econ wasn't looking too great. I'm gonna keep it a $1.50. We get Constellation again, as well as what's it called? Baseball card. Baseball card allows every uncommon joker that we have to multiply our mult by 1.5x, so adding just a half of our current mult on top of it. And Constellation itself is uncommon, and we didn't really have anything else super important occupying that spot, so baseball card is just an immediate pick regardless. I spent basically the latter half of this run just entirely in debt the whole time, but it's one of the few times where it's actually worked out for me. Credit card is a very desperate move, but I was very desperate for a majority of this run. You see Turtle Bean left there. That's expires after 5 rounds, but that's not too big of a deal. I have a Polychrome Joker, which effectively does the same thing. And again, we got this boss blind on red stake as well. Pretty easy to deal with. It can definitely hurt you a lot if you have a few hands. But we have quite a lot of hands to work with, and we have pretty strong set of jokers here to where this boss blind really isn't going to cause us much trouble. We even have a hand to spare, I believe, after this gets taken care of. Praying. Am I right? I am right. Just barely, though. But yeah, that's green stake done. Next up, we're going to black stake. I'm not gonna hold you. Immediately after beating the green stake, I went into this black stake, man, and dude, I ate this shit up. I popped off. Back-to-back W's. Just letting you know, it's not the craziest thing in the world. There are people that get back-to-back W's on gold stake, but back-to-back W's, pair only. I mean, I'm kind of just built different. Definitely didn't get spoon-fed some jokers here that absolutely helped me, not only early game but late game. You're gonna see some familiar faces come around again. I know, shocker. I mean, I was hooting and hollering. I think I expended my bad luck skills, or my very good luck, here early rather than late game, which, you know, I mean, I'm over the challenge now, so, you know, it is what it is at this point. But man, dude, I was getting what I needed. I was getting the riffraffs for the good jokers. What black stake does, by the way, I forgot to talk about that, is that it causes some jokers to be eternal. Now, what that means is that they can't be sold or destroyed. You can see them with the little infinity sign they have in the shop. I don't believe I even pick up any Eternal Jokers here, so it really doesn't affect me. Um, it can be... Oh, I actually do. I pick up this baseball card. You can see it can't be sold or destroyed, so that's with me forever, through thick and thin, whether I die or live. That one's staying forever. Damn, I picked up a lot, didn't I? So yeah, I just basically got like all my good Jokers Eternal, so the debuff didn't really even bother me here. We get an extra hand here. Card Sharp. We got 3 uncommon Jokers for baseball card, and we got Supernova again for some flat additive molt. I mean, you can't... Oh, dude, Banana joined in. Oh, man. We got Banana too, dude? Man, stop playing with me. Anyway, Banana's coming in, man. He's having a good time. This run was over at, like, ante 5. This was just bound to happen. They could have multiplied that score requirement by 5x and we would have won. Brother, I wasn't joking with y'all when I said I expunged all my luck, dude. This blue steak was driving me crazy. Look at how good this run was. We have a lucky cat, dude. We got ramen. Ramen, you know, take it or leave it. We even got the green joker. We got the steel joker. We were just getting our asses kicked. I don't even remember why I completely reset there. I'm pretty sure I was just annoyed. That might have been a tilt reset. Hey, this one's not too bad. Has the makings of potentially a good run. Pretty sure, yep, we lost by a few thousand. What blue deck does is get rid of 1 discard. So now instead of 3 discards, we have 2. So we are even that much more likely of not being able to toss out a trash hand and be forced to reset due to the fact that we don't have a pair. You see there I played hide card, reset, get out of here, Busta. This was a little bit painful. I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you guys. I was not having fun in blue steak, man. I think the 3 discards really spoiled me, and you know, past this point, I really had to lock in, dude. I was kind of goofing off, having a little fun, you know, tossing discards left and right, but I really had to keep in mind this this -1 discard. I was getting my ass handed to me. How does this run lose? Man, this run looks good. Man, what happened? Wait, I'm dead. No. Yeah, I goofed up on this one. I'm not gonna lie. I think I shit my pants a little bit when this happened. It kind of hurts to watch, I'm gonna be honest. I was live streaming this to his boys on Discord, dude. My man Jose was watching the shit. He was pumped. He was like, man, I can't believe he's about to win on blue steak. Pair only. And then this happened. In buff. How the fuck did I lose? Oh! Jose. I had the winning hand. It was in my hand. It was such an obvious play. Basically what happened is, as long as I didn't have any hearts or diamonds held in my hand when I played my hand, it would multiply my score by 3x. It's Blackboard. It's a classic Joker, cult classic. Everybody loves it. Everybody knows it. And I just forgot to click the diamond out of my hand because I'm stupid, dude. I'm so dumb. Oh my god. So, yeah, it should have ended right there, realistically. But I had to keep going. I think this lasted for 2 days worth of attempts. Not like 48 hours, but I wouldn't play this too much. I would play it, you know, a few runs every day, a few good runs every day, and then, you know, drop out whenever I felt like it. Man, I had to take a second. I think I went to play like World of Warcraft or something after that. It was a bad day. It's bad when you know that World of Warcraft is your comfort game. When you're playing Balatro. Okay, this wasn't a good time, and we got a good run going here. Man, is this the one that wins? I think it is. Man, this run looks like garbage too when you look at it, huh? This boss bind can be pretty annoying. This is one of the reasons why I don't want to stack my deck too heavily with one card, just so that I don't accidentally put like a triple or anything if I need to play multiple. Again, we get Amber Acorn, which is such an easy boss blind to go around. Funny how I said that as I have like 8 kings in my deck. But I got pretty lucky with my boss blinds at the end of antes, so this was pretty good. Uh, I wasn't having fun. Fuck, no, fuck. What am I thinking? Am I thinking? I'm not thinking, man. What am I doing? Oh, no, I had a win. Oh my god. I'm done for the night. That's it. Not sure if you could tell, but I was slightly irritated. Just in case anybody wants to reach out, I'm fine. This is the second time I've bricked a run that has had a blackboard in it. That run was like on the surefire way of getting a W. Maybe not surefire, but like in the 90 percentile for sure. It was a bit painful, that one. I had to take a nap after that. That was bad. Losing a run with Blueprint is also bad. That's like the best Joker in the game. And for whatever reason, I kept getting Blueprint right at the beginning to where it was useless. Like one of the only points it was useless. I'm pretty sure I got like 7 Blueprints doing these attempts, and I'm pretty sure 5 of them were within the first Joker pack, meaning they were useless. So yeah, we're on to Purple Stake now, and Purple Stake does the same thing as Green Stake. It just scales even faster on top of that. This run's pretty good. We get a, whatever this Joker's called, Riffraff. And man, dude, Supernova is back again, dude. Yes! I love Supernova. I've said this before, I'll say it again, it's hands down the best Joker for this type of challenge. Because you can get Supernova and a lot of other Jokers that are common, yes, they're common, but are also good. And they don't have any tags on them like Perishable or Rental or Eternal. You don't got to worry about that with Jokers created by Riffraff. So this run's pretty good. I don't really remember why I picked up a reroll there, but we got Space Joker to alleviate some of the burden with not finding planet cards enough, and Hologram for our main Molter over here. We got Golden Joker for the Econ. He's kind of kicking it. This run kind of did just absolutely pop off. We pick up Telescope here. At this point, we can probably dump, Space Joker because of the fact that we've got Telescope. We pick up Driver's License for a crisp, clean, easy trade for the Driver's License. Driver's License gives you 3x mult if you have 16 or more enhanced cards in your full deck. So anything that's that's not a card finish or a seal. So luckies, glass cards, wild cards, everything in between was popping off. Enter Ante 7. We have scored a near 400,000 hands, and it's only going to get bigger because we just got baseball card. I don't think I even need to talk over the rest of the run. We just scored 1 million damn points, and we're not even at the final boss yet. Let him cook. That is, it goes well with the outfit. Boom! Purple Stake down, baby. Look at that, you win. Fuck yeah. Next up, Orange Stake comes into the fray, and Orange Stake, pretty tough. 30% chance for Jokers in the shop or booster packs to have Perishable on them, meaning that after 5 rounds, they're kaput, nothing, dog water, they don't do anything, essentially, bar a few niche interactions. It's like how a debuffed cards works, essentially, when you're playing the game. And, it's not a fun one. I mean, anything that does something to Jokers is going to be annoying. I'd say the least annoying is definitely Eternal, Perishable, and then Rental. At Gold Stake, Rental's, Jesus, man. Yeah, stop talking to me. You can't get a regular Joker in Gold Stake, man. It's impossible. This shit's too juiced. Regardless, we get a pretty good run going here with not the usual suspects. We got Splash. Oh, there he is. There he is, man. Constellation back in. Idol. We don't really use Idol that much, though. Constellation's good for sure. Polychrome Fibonacci. I love using Fibonacci. Also great for pairs. And Fibonacci and Splash, especially when you're running a hand like pair, can actually really increase your output because of the fact that you can add just other cards that are also affected by Fibonacci into that, have them be played without affecting your pair. So pretty good set up here. We get Overstock Plus and we open this Arcana pack. Dude. Sure. Fuck off. Dude. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Mr. C's gets degrees. C- on the geometry test. Nobody likes him. Kick this kid in the recess at the playground. Shiko has entered our Joker slot for our first Legendary Joker. Legendary Jokers are all good except Shiko. Shiko's maybe like in the C tier. There's a little bit of overhate for Shiko. But he is absolutely the worst outcome of me pulling that Legendary Joker without the shadow of a doubt. But he does come in clutch. He does help us out and stops Amber Acorn from doing anything because, you know, we were having a really rough time with that one in the previous antes. But this run basically goes off without a hitch. We get Supernova back in for the cameo entrance at the last few rounds and increasing our cards here was kind of just like the main priority of the run, just so that when the Polychrome and the Constellation went off, we kind of just went Insano style. And easy as pie, Orange Steak done. One left. This is the culmination of everything we've been working for. We've beat every other difficulty in the game. You know, red steak, green steak, black steak, blue steak, purple steak. We got the orange steak done. Now all that's left is gold steak. Gold steak has a 30% chance for Jokers to be rental, meaning that every round you have them with you, at the end of the round, you have to pay $3 for their lovely service. This one sucks. This one hits your econ. You know, the housing crash. I mean, you're never in a safe place economic. You can see it there on the Reroll one, right below the eternal sign, that little dollar sign. That's how you can tell it's rental. Rentals, man, are a certified piece, man. Like, I'm not screwing with these rental guys at all. And at this point, this is the point to where you just can't get like a regular Joker. You can. I mean, I clearly have some. But it is just a lot harder. Holy mackerel, we got the soul card. What are we gonna get here? Delete the debuff blueprint, courtesy of the orange steak. Let's see, we get Perkio, man, and Perkio's good, but he didn't really do anything for us here. This run dies. It's crazy because we have such good Jokers, but just didn't have time to scale them. Sad times. Losing on round one like a certified dweeb. We got Square Joker making an appearance. Yeah, Square Joker. Yeah, he's not doing much for us, is he? This was Reset City. I was on this for a few days. You know, it's one of those things. Yeah, Blueprint Eternal. I have nothing for it to copy, therefore it sucks. I wasn't lying when I said I got a bunch of early blueprints. I don't know what the hell was going on with this shit. This was a pretty good run. What happens here, man? Oh, maybe we do good on this one. Erosion here. First time it's seen. We know about Supernova. Walkie-talkie. Every time you play a 10 or a 4 gain, I believe it's 10 chips and formal. Tell me if I'm wrong. Trade out a few of those out for the bull. We got Acrobat and King, or Acrobat and Baron. Baron didn't really do much for us here. Don't even worry about Baron. We're kind of just banking on Acrobat here to kind of give us some score. And I'm not correct, I'm pretty sure we just draw out of a pair. Yeah. Oh wait, we got a pair right there. Okay, I'm kind of a different beast. How do I even, man? This is kind of all of a fever dream. I did dozens of gold stake runs pair here, so when I look back at the footage, I'm just kind of flabbergasted. But the main problem, you know, every other stake, if it was an issue, was kind of just a skill issue. Now we're at the point to where these debuffs are really kind of kicking us in the arse, and it's just getting a lot harder to be able to find ourselves with the limitation of only being able to use pair, to find ourselves in situations where we can comfortably just not spend down to our last penny, you know, and we're kind of just at the helm of the RNG here. Another run dead on Blueprint. Running it back, smiley face. Oh, no, too bad, so sad. We're gonna be, it's Reset City down here, basically. Not having a fun time on the gold stake here. Had a lot of close runs, probably about 4 or 5, I believe, if that might be the correct number. You know, anti-6 and up. Look at Space Joker doing some work there. I just want everybody to applaud Space Joker. One of the better Jokers in this run, actually, because of the fact that we can't super rely on planet cards. But I'm not hitting with them recently, or at least within like the past few times I've gotten this. But if this does trigger, this does go insano style. We have to, even if it only triggers once. I'm praying. Yes! No, man, come on! Oh, it's actually so brutal, dude. What the fuck? I'm not lying. If we get one extra trigger on the lucky card, that run wins. It's not even going to be close. At least 90% of the time, that run's going to win. Because of it, you know, being able to scale, then we'll get more lucky triggers and more and more. Oh, man, dude, it would have been so good. Reset City. Again, like I said, we weren't having a fun time in the gold stake. Oh, man, an anti-6 reset right there. You saw that we had some of our favorites. We had Fibonacci there. I don't know what I was. Banana! What's he? He's gonna pop off! No, man, come on! Man, it was a tough road, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at this run. It seems a little promising. Got off with the Mystic Summit. Let's buckle up and see how this one goes, shall we? Sure. Hey, that's actually pretty fucking good. I can probably dip Summit. Do I want to dip Summit or Misprint? I think I want to dip Summit because I don't have to use it for score exclusively. Just trying to see what my limit is. We're taking you. This isn't a question. And Vampire go really well together, but the biggest problem I've been having recently is getting multiple, so I just gotta get up. This is pretty good if you have blueprints, but by itself isn't amazing unless you got like Paradolia. I feel like if we take this, we won't have money. It was a controversial decision, I'm not gonna lie. Leaving one of the best multers in the game for a D tier econ joker. I mean, let's be real. It's not a play you're gonna find in, you know, top 10 Balatro moments. But I did feel like it was the right call. Full stop. That abstract joker is absolutely going to help us greatly. 25 mult is nothing to scoff at, and then you're copying it, or the 15 at least, because you can't copy the card finish. Feeling pretty good so far. This is huge, absolutely massive for us. At this point in the run, we had an engine capable of taking us through Gold Stake, but the question was, could we really get the engine to start? We didn't exactly have the keys in the bag. It was a little bit dicey. We needed some more oomph to our molt molt. Vampire alone's not scaling fast enough. I'm not getting the draws I need. We need something else. We need you a little bit for some of that molt help because we're not quite there yet. I was trying to fish for the enhanced so we could scale a little bit harder. Alright, standard pack me. Nice. First hand is drawn face down. That's fine. Can be kind of annoying, but... No. What am I doing? Selected by rank, yeah? Okay. Oh, fuck. Should have realized I was gonna pop. Nice. Right. Okay, reroll, go for another joker. I don't think we want to go for another joker. Reroll, getting anything crazy. That's fine. $1 is blueprint. $2 is double is this. Two. That's where it will be kind of annoying. But I'm pretty sure I can like stop all of it really from being like much of an issue. Oh, I don't get to see the sell value. Well, no matter what, we want these in front of these more than likely. I'll just assume that this is the one I'm looking for. It's also a king and an ace. We pair ganged. Wait. I think this is W. We got a pair. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Stop tripping. Hold on. Desktop audio up for this. Desktop audio up for this. Stop. They said I couldn't do it. And by they, I mean nobody. Nobody said I couldn't do it. It's actually extremely feasible. But I'm so happy I'm done. Let's go, dude. Yes. And with an eternal riffraff. People say riffraff's not good. Brother, you're cooked if you think riffraff is not good. Riffraff is fire. Now, right now it's doing nothing. But that's the whole reason we're here is because riffraff popped off, dude. Let's fucking go, dude. I don't know why I was glazing riffraff so hard near the end there. Kind of a weird move, but it's done. We beat him. Amber Acorn tried to take us out yet again. We got real lucky. We didn't get any of the violet walls or whatever it's called. The violet vessel, I mean, because that could have fucked us in multiple of our attempts. But Amber Acorn just kept one of the throw hands, and I mean, we lucked out a little bit there. But yeah, that's the run. I'm going to go over the stats here in a second, just so you can see, because I think they're kind of funny. But yeah, here, I'll have myself take it over from here. Supernova the GOAT for this run, dude. Supernova is almost always just an insta pick. Supernova is so fucking good. Same would deal with Riffraff, honestly. consumables. Yeah. Planets. Dude, this is so funny. Number of times this card's been used. I didn't use any other planets. I made up that rule as I was playing too, because I forgot this page existed, and I was like, I want this screen to be as funny as possible. Holy. Well, that's the end. It's definitely more than possible to beat Balatro with only your pair. It's very possible. Actually, it didn't take too much time in particular. I think a little bit over 10 hours. I wouldn't recommend it. It can be a little bit frustrating at times, especially with my rule set of not being able to use other planet cards. That definitely didn't help Constellation pop off. As much as I did use it, there were plenty of times where I used it and just couldn't get that Mercury if I didn't have Telescope. Telescope was really just a big carry. But yeah, I mean, there it is. It's done. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe if you want. If you didn't, dislike. There it is. Leave a comment down below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.